Hey, what's up, everybody? So in this video, I would like to discuss the Maya Angelou San Francisco quarter mintages to date, as well as the upcoming release for the next quarter that's going to be coming out from the United States Mint in March. It's going to be, let's get the exact date on this quarter, March 22nd. So that's when the next quarter is going to be released. The fascinating thing about this whole thing is that the enrollment for the Sally Ride, all quarters. It doesn't matter if it's the Philadelphia bag, the Denver bag, the P&D rolls, the PD and S rolls. The enrollments are all at Remind Me. So that's going to make it for a very interesting March 22nd at noon Eastern Standard Time. If these are going to go for sale at all? Are these PD and S rolls going to go for sale? Are they only going to last like 2 minutes or less, like the Maya Angelou quarters did when those went on sale on release day? Now, if we take a look at the actual enrollments, we can look and see everything that's available on the enrollments. And you can see here's all the American Silver Eagles. The West Point is still available. And I do believe this is going to have extremely high mintage. I think they're going to keep the product limit at none. I could be wrong, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But we're not talking about the American Silver Eagle. Right now, we are talking about the women's quarters. And we can see that the women's quarters enrollment is at Remind Me. Now, if you would have told me weeks ago that this enrollment would be Remind Me, I probably would have said that you might be nuts. I never thought that this would have went to Remind Me. I did not. But it did. But it is at Remind Me. Is it going to stay at Remind Me? I don't know. Now, this one here is just a P&D. But if we go back to the listing, and if we go ahead and click on the actual listing for these quarters and go PD and S, and then we can go down here and click on the enrollments, and that too is at Remind Me. So everything for the Sally Ride quarters is at Remind Me. Now, in my opinion, for me personally, I don't really care much about the P, the D rolls. That's not what I'm in this for. I am in this simply to get that quarter, that San Francisco roll. That's the only reason why I am buying these quarters. Overall, as far as clad coins go, I'm not much of a clad collector, but the only reason why I am buying these is simply for the fact of the extremely low mintage of the San Francisco quarter. Speaking of low mintages, let's go take a look at that Maya Angelou San Francisco quarter mintage. All right, so I spoke about this about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, when the first United States Mint sales report came out for the Maya Angelou quarters. And it was a crazy day when these were released because these sold out, well, at least went to Remind Me after just 2 minutes. It might have been less than 2 minutes, but it was right around that 2 minute mark. Now, as far as the sales for these coins, all right, so the last time that I did a video on the sales for the Maya Angelou quarters, the P, the D, and the S rolls, the sales was actually more than this, which is a little surprising since these went on sale again a couple of times. It wasn't for very long. Every time these do go on sale, they were only on sale for a couple of seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, less than a minute. They didn't last very long when these do pop up for sale. However, if we go look at the previous sales report from the United States Mint, which would have been February the 13th, the sales for the Maya Angelou PD and the S rolls was 7,592. That was for February the 13th. So 7,592. Now, if we look at the current sales report and we look at Maya Angelou, it's 7,582. So the total mintage, or at least sales, the United States Mint really doesn't report mintages, but they report the sales. So if you take the number of sales, times that by 40, back on February the 13th, The sales was 303,680. As of this sales report, that number went down to 303,280. So it looks like that's going to be pretty close to being the final mintage. I'll be very curious to see what these look like, what these sales look like next week, Tuesday, when these sales come out, and if this number goes up or if it goes down again. Now, it's very possible that this is going to go up a little bit more because, like I said, they have sold some of these previously. Now, I'm not sure if the prior sales, when these popped up every now and then and they sold more, if this is accounting for that or if this is just accounting for maybe failed credit card transactions, cancellations, returns, whatever the case may be, or if this has the updated sales when the United States Mint sold more of these sets. They popped up, like I said, here and there for a couple of seconds. So I'm not sure, but it's going to be very interesting to see upcoming this Tuesday what these sales look like. One thing that I do believe, in my opinion, I said it a couple weeks ago, that this is going to probably be the lowest minted quarter ever. Be it as it may, it is uncirculated. It's not a circulated coin. All of them are going to be mint state, probably going to be mint state condition, most likely. Now, some of them might fall out of the mint state realm, depending on how the mint handled these coins when they were packaging them all up and putting them into the rolls, and were they using shovels to shovel them, into the, counting machines that they use, the sorting machines that they use to put these coins into rolls, because like the mint says on their website, these are not hand rolled, they're rolled by machines. And I don't think these machines that roll these coins, use a lot of care when they're doing them. But it's going to be very interesting to see two things. One, the sales report next week when it is made available is going to be one interesting thing to see what the final mintage is going to be of these quarters, because I don't think at this very moment right now, I doubt these are going to come back again. They may. These PD and S rolls may come back. I'm not sure. But in my opinion, I don't think they're going to. I think their focus now is all on that Sally Ride quarter. And speaking of that Sally Ride quarter, is the Sally Ride quarters going to all be spoken for based on just enrollments? Are these going to be available at all when these go on sale on March the 22nd at noon Eastern Standard Time? Or is this simply going to stay at Remind Me? If it does go red, add to the bag, will it only be for just a couple of seconds and they're gone? Will these have a lower mintage than the Maya Angelou, or are these going to have a higher mintage than the Maya Angelou? My guess, and this is just my guess, this is just my speculation, I'm not sure if these are going to have a higher mintage or a lower mintage than the Maya Angelou, and I'm only referring to the San Francisco because the P and the Ds, those you can get at the bank. I'm not sure there's anything really special about these P and D coins, except for the possibilities of being able to find errors and the fact that you may only be able to find the errors in these rolls. But it's all, for me, it's all about the San Francisco coins. And is the Sally Ride going to be a lower mintage than the Maya Angelou? I don't know. But with there being 3 other quarters after this one, I think this could be another extremely low mintage, and maybe they'll beef the mintages up going forward as the coins go on. Maybe the last one of 2022 will be a higher mintage than all the prior ones in 2022. I don't know, but it's going to be fun to watch. It'll definitely be interesting. Like I said, I'm not a big clad collector. I don't buy a lot of clad coins, but I did make the decision that I'm going to go all in on these women's quarters just simply for that San Francisco roll. Are you in the enrollment? Were you able to get into the enrollment for the women's quarters, or are you going to be buying on release day, or can you care less about this release? Let me know your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section below. I appreciate everybody for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to everybody on my next video. Thanks a lot, everyone.